Okay, greetings everyone. This is First Centurion 753 with the next episode of Making History: The Great War. And we are playing as the Japanese Empire, and we have truly carved out an empire for ourselves here. Conquering most of China. We've got a slight rebellion risk out here with Sunni Muslim rebels in that region. However, for the most part, we have consolidated our position. And you can take a look at Empire, different maps in this game, too. That's pretty cool. This is our empire, pretty much. Japanese Empire. Consists of all these territorial waters. Let's move that all the way for there. Yeah. And all this land in China. I don't have any puppet states. But we can look at dependencies here. We've got a protectorate here in the South China Railroad Zone. And then this is colonies. I think they both count as Japanese Formosa at this point. I don't know if I would be able to split them anyway, but my claims were basically the mainland of China, the main, Han Chinese land territory here. I forgot this is the I think this is the Yangtze River in the south, and the Yellow River in the north. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But it looks like we've got all the territory towards the north of the Yangtze River, which is typically, in my understanding, better territory. Geographically, I don't know. I think this is more arable to the north. Standard view, demographic view, diplomatic view. I don't know if they have like a resource view. Coal production. No, it doesn't really tell you. Undeveloped coal production. Look at all that undeveloped coal production there. Metals production. Oil production. Interesting. Coal prospecting. Metal prospecting. Oil prospecting. Alright, those are all interesting components. This game does have a lot of interesting maps here. Food production. There you go. Open field farming. I guess it doesn't tell you geographically what land is better for food production. But there's substance farming, which is most of our territory. Open field farming gives more, enclosed farming, mechanic farming, factory farming. Interesting. No bases to be seen here. Fortresses. Coastal defenses up there. Trench works. Yeah, I knew there were trench works. Those are left over from the war. Nothing to do there. Those are just artifacts of the war. So, yeah. Transportation, too. I gotta do something about this. Paved roads. I need to increase transportation. Particularly here, I guess, throughout mainland Japan. Why don't we have low rail densities throughout all of Japan? That should be something that we should add. What else do we have here? Resources we looked at. Atlas. Ah, here we are. Plains. I assume plains. Alright, that's weird. Are these... That's jungle. These are hills. But you would assume the plains are the more arable land. Interesting. Sea regions. Continents. Yeah, lots of cool maps here. Points. Huh. Trade map. Ah. Here's the trade routes. I was looking for this before. Is that an overland trade route? Wow. That is a Silk Road right there. And we've got trade. I think that's trade to Canada. Interesting. Active trade paths. Trade interdiction. Wow, exploring more and more. Trade embargoes. Trade partners. That's Japan. Trade partners. Okay, we have trade partnership with India. Something going on there? In India? No, that's all India. Okay. That's interesting. Always learning more and more about this game. Um. Yeah, but I really wanted to focus on this Empire map. So, this is all annexed territory, or it's annexable, I guess. Sphere of influence. This is interesting. So you've got Japan, you got its possessions, and then you have national interests. So it actually tells you where your geographic national interests are, which I think is a pretty cool component of the game here. So our national interests are in Siberia and Tibet and Bangladesh area. I don't know, that's not really where I'm personally interested in. Definitely interested in grabbing these territories, these little pockets, or free ports, or colonial ports, whatever you want to call them. Definitely want to grab those, but I think my interest lies further south. I am eyeing up Indonesia, or in this game, the Dutch East Indies. So that's really where I'm at. And so with this potential rebellion, I think probably should go ahead and make some moves here. Let's send these troops a little bit further. There we go. And I don't know if this will help to quell the rebellion or not. I also wanted to take a look, since the war is over and we've got some time to regroup and consolidate. It's a good time to take a look at what our position is in the world. And if we look at world forces here, we go to military. There's military, armies, artillery, air force, and naval forces. World power points has us ranked at 6th. We're ahead of France and the United States. And, of course, the Ottoman Empire. Yeah, who's not going to be ahead of them? Italy is still ahead of us, though. Manpower-wise, we are number 2, just about to overtake British India. So we have the most manpower. However, Russia does have more MPUs. So do a lot of people. So we have to... I guess we can do more recruitment. What else do we have here? Military readiness. I'm wondering if I can lower this now at this point, since hostilities have sort of ceased, even though we're still at war. I might consider lowering the military readiness. I don't know what that would actually do. Arms shortage penalty. Japanese Formosa, for some reason they have an arms shortage penalty. I don't know why that is. Mobilization rate. We are at 11%. Military morale. We're actually not 100% on military morale, but I assume as the fighting continues to halt, we'll improve that. War weariness, we've got that. I mean, it's not high compared to these other countries. China's devastated, which makes you think that they would want to sign a treaty, but they got a ways to go. Casualties, we've taken 30. I guess that's 30 units. Italy's taken 54. China, 220. I don't know what this means, how they get this casualty number. That seems a little high. Ottoman Empire, basically these are the two that have been pummeled, basically. And where are the two winners? Constitutionalists, I guess they may have probably lost in Mexico. And then Japanese Formosa has some casualties. And so overall world power points, we are at 2,463. I think that calculates the power points of all these different other categories. Artillery doesn't have it, but air, navy, and army. And if you look at the army, Russia has the most. We have the 5th largest army, or the 5th most power points for army. Not as many recruit facilities as I thought. Wow, Japanese Formosa actually has more recruitment facilities than Japan. That's interesting. But offensive combat power, we're 5th, behind Italy still, but ahead of France. France is pretty weak, and the United Kingdom doesn't have a strong army either. Defensive power, it's about the same. Militia units, Russia's got a ton, we don't have as many. Regular infantry, we've got the most. There we go, we're leading those. Engineers, we only got the one. Assault, no one has assault troops yet. Cavalry, Russia's got a lot of cavalry. Enormous amount of cavalry. More than the next, like, 3 or 4 combined there. Mounted infantry. We haven't been doing much there. That's Russians category. They've been focusing a lot on cavalry, it looks like. Marines. United Kingdom has the most. We've got a handful. Mounted infantry. Mountain infantry. It's another area we have not gotten into, but the Russians and the Austro-Hungarians have. We're going to have to deal with the Carpathians. No tanks yet. So that's that situation. Artillery-wise, artillery offensive combat power, we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 7th. Alright, France has us here. We don't have as much artillery as we need. Looks like we're focusing a lot on field artillery, and there's a lot of people that have more field artillery than we do. We don't have any trench mortars. Russia's got 10. Austria-Hungary has 8. No heavy artillery whatsoever. Germany's got a ton of heavy artillery. And then observation balloons. I don't think we have any. Oh, we do. 10? I don't even know where they are. If I've deployed any of them. No real air power here. For some reason, they're calculating offensive air attack. We have that, but we don't have any aircraft. That doesn't make any sense to me. But world power point-wise, Germany is leading. I don't know where they're getting this. They've got 3 Zeppelins. The Italians have 3. Austria-Hungary has 1, and then Russia has 1. Not a lot of air power yet. No fighters, no bombers. Then we've got the Navy. The Navy's interesting. We are 5th. We are 6th. We probably should be a lot higher in naval power. So this is an area I think we're probably lacking, and I think I should probably make some improvements. We've got the most coal-powered transports. I don't know what good that's going to do. Gunboats, Russia's got 10, the United States has 9. We have none. Coal-powered destroyers, Germans have 36. British 28. United States 19. We are not even in double digits yet. Coal-powered cruisers, United Kingdom is leading the pack here. Germany's trying to catch up. France, United States, nominal forces. Not nominal, but second tier, I guess. And we're kind of along that line with Italy. Coal-powered battleships. We've only got 12 compared to the United Kingdom 65. Germany 34. United States 32. Russia, second tiers. Leading the second tier groups. Looks like United Kingdom, Germany, United States. And then oil power. There are oil-powered cruisers. United Kingdom's got 7. They're leading cruiser technology, it seems like. No aircraft carriers yet. No oil-powered battleships. But there are submarines. Germany's got 12. The United Kingdom's got 8. Russia's got 6. So we're pretty behind here in naval power. So we should probably work on doing some more naval capacity. Now, could I reduce my generalization? If I did, what would happen? I wonder if that would affect my mobilization rate. I don't know. Right now, the military supply demands 94 food. That's it. Cruiser rules. Sink enemy ships only. Oh, no. Sink all trade. All trade with enemy. Enemy ships only. Cruiser rules or unrestricted submarine warfare. We're just going to go with cruiser rules right here. Support maximums unlimited. 151 units. Okay. Those are our armies. That's our military situation in the world right now. So I sent some troops to deal with that rebellion. The other thing I wanted to look at is my colonies and my empire. So let's take a look at. I wanted to take a look at the economy. Okay, so I've got Japan, and we've got really good supply rates, and there's some trade shortage here in steel, but generally we've got good supply rates, producing lots of food, big food stockpile here. Steel is the one thing that we could probably use more of. We don't have gas shells yet. We have no road capacity. Treasury balance. Negative 43? Not what I'm looking at. Oh, that's projected, right. Okay, that was the last one. This was projected. Food labor. MPUs. And factory labor. So mostly an agricultural society here. 90% of our work is done agriculturally. Yeah, there's a lot to this game that I haven't really looked into yet. That looks really interesting and cool. This is our spending, military readiness, foreign aid, imports, research, government programs. Not spending anything on the colonies here. Factories, city building, and like a lot of these buildings have maintenance too. And this is our income. Most of our income is coming from regional taxes. We've got some from city taxes and some from colonies. Revenue from, I don't know what capacity means. Revenue from different industrial sources is still pretty small. Marine industry, steel industry, textile industry, so we have a lot to go there. But I want to take a look at my colonies as well. I'm a little worried about Japanese Formosa because they are running a food shortage here. And so what I would like to do, I can actually direct some of their production, I believe. There we go. Infrastructure. And I'm thinking about upgrading here. I want to upgrade some of their farming. Let's move this to open fields. Hills. I don't know what the geographic differences are when it comes to farming. This looks like plains, another place where we can get some good farming. So let's just try and build 2 farms there. And here, I don't want to build anything out here in these Muslim territories. You can tell they're Muslim there because of the crescent moon and the star. Those areas are probably most likely to be under risk. The other thing we may want to pay attention to is transport capacity. And by the way, Eddie Giles, please comment on all this and let me know what you think and what your opinions are. If you guys haven't looked back on the videos, if you want to know how to play this game, look at the comments, read what Eddie Giles says. He'll tell you how to play the game. And he's the one who recommended this to me and bought it for me too. Production penalty here. Open field farming. Why is that, I wonder? Alright, what about city? City-wise, everyone's doing textiles. You know, they are colonies, so, you know, you don't want to let them do too much manufacturing. You want to handle most of the manufacturing yourself. You want to be able to exploit resources from your colonies. So, let's see here. Coal. They're prospecting in Formosa. Reserves. We should probably do some prospecting. Let's definitely do some oil prospecting. I don't know if prospecting costs you anything. Any other oil? No other oil locations. Metals. Low rail density. This looks like a good area to expand metal output. And requires at least low rail density. Oh. Okay. We'll keep prospecting there. That makes sense now. So we want some low rail density in some of these areas. Right here. Alright, that's a lot of production. I don't want to overproduce because then it sometimes stalls it, but that's definitely a lot of production for Japanese Formosa. What about Southern Manchurian Railway? I don't think they have anything. Cities? There's 2 cities here. Nah. Infrastructure-wise. They're not having a problem. Economy. They don't seem to be having an issue. They're producing more than their demand. Oh no, they're not. So maybe we should give them some farms. I could always export food to them, I guess. They've all got low rail density. Alright, we'll let that run. Alright, so those are our colonial moves. Let me know what you guys think. And then we were looking at transport. What's our production list look like here? Expanding coal, ironworks, and a mill. Still recruiting infantry and field artillery. Pre-dreadnought battleship. Good. I want that. Civil disobedience. So, the map I was looking at before has transportation. Look at all this area that has no road, I guess these are all unpaved roads. Or are they medium density? Ah, that's medium density. Okay, good. That is just unpaved roads, though. Let's do that. Hopefully that works. And I'm gonna hold off for now and see what happens to the rest of it. And let's go ahead and skip a turn. See if that has any impact. Again, I don't really know a ton of what I'm doing with the infrastructure and the industry component of this game. Looks like we're down a little bit of cash. No, we're not. We're up. Okay, we got an annexation in the Middle East, it looks like. Sectarian unrests in Pyongyang. That's a Buddhist population. There's more army, militia, infantry, recruit. %50 risk. I don't know if military presence puts down rebellions or not, but we're gonna find out. Three Marines there. I kind of want to concentrate more of my army south. And near to these enemy positions. Let's move them as well. Because if war breaks out and we can grab these, we want to do that. We also want an army ready, prepared to grab this German territory, because I'd be more likely to go to war with Germany, I think. Got plenty on the other side there. 6 right there. I don't remember if I have any in my cities. Reserve fleet. Or my ports. 2nd, 20th fleet there. Enormous army in central Japan. I should probably move some people out of there. And then we've got 5 here. Load them on the transport. We're going to move them to the northern island. And there's a rebellion up there. Russian nationalist unrest in this region. Risk of revolt is low. What's going on production-wise? Militia has been completed. Infantry's completed. So I don't see too much of my production. Low railroad density is active and operating. What's going on in the territories that I'm building? I don't even remember what they were. Open field farming, good. See, this is the problem. I think it's halted. Because we don't have enough capacity or something like that. I don't have a production screen here. Do I? Doesn't tell you. That would be a good map to have. To tell you what areas are progressing with their construction and which areas are not. Right now, I do not know. Alright, so I know for sure that area is good. And that area seems stalled. So let's see what happens. So I may have overplayed my hand a little bit with the production orders or the construction orders in Formosa, and I'm getting Buddhist popular uprisings. Let's take a look at that's not what I want. Come on. There it is. Alright, let's take a look at what's going on here. Current projects. So the low railroad density is not really producing for some reason. Looks like they don't have enough rail capacity. But the open fields are a go, which is good. Expanding, prospecting. And the cities are just turning out more and more textiles, although this is low. I'm going to let another turn go by. Civil disobedience has ended in the northern Kuril Islands. Trade agreement for steel with the United Kingdom has been cancelled. Army recruitment. Field artillery, army recruitment. Okay, good. So I know there's transports here. Move into Volcano Bay. That's where you want to be. Volcano Bay. Oil drilling, 50% complete. Lost the steel agreement. Infantry agreement. Trade offers. Food aid from Southern Manchuria to Japanese Formosa. Let's go ahead and approve that, actually. Accept that. Because they need that food. And then we've got coal aid from Southern Manchuria to Japanese Formosa. I'm going to let it go through because I assume it's needed. Civil disobedience has ended. Very good. Things are going very well for us, I think, at the moment. How are my construction projects going? Current production orders expanding. Output. These might be expanding beyond what they need to be expanding. Let's get rid of these orders here. I don't know anything about this. I definitely need to read this better. And I think I need to improve my infrastructure. Was that it? I think that was it. Let's see what happens with that. More civil disobedience ended. Alright, so this is working out. I don't know how. I'm not really doing anything, but I'm going to unload the 53rd Army here. I'd like to have some troops in the northern islands to react to any threat there. And then, I don't know what this is. What is this? What are you doing? I guess they're patrolling it? That is a massive army. Which is good, because I want them in these southern areas, ready to strike Indonesia. I think we'll probably hit these islands first in the South China Sea. Which should secure the trade routes, right? That's where China's geopolitical interests are today. Alright. Where was trade? Status. Diplomatic status. That's interesting. None. We don't grant them status. What's this? The Dutch Empire. The Dutch Empire is weak, and it's ready to be pounced on, I think. That's my next target. But this has gone over 30 minutes. So, thank you guys for watching. Comment. Please comment. Tell me what I'm doing. Right, wrong, everything. Let me get a steel agreement here right before I leave. Nice. Okay. That should help that. Alright, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Feel free to comment. Please do comment. Like the video if you did. Subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to see more, hit the bell. And we'll see you in the next episode.